Seattle achieved a historic victory and advanced to the ALCS. The Mariners defeated Detroit after an epic 15-inning battle. The winner-take-all game reaching the 15th inning set a new record, surpassing the previous mark of 13 innings between Colorado and the Cubs in 2018. Coincidentally, Baez, who was with the Cubs at that time, lost both of those marathon games. With this result, home and road teams are now tied in all-time winner-take-all matchups. In last year's Division Series Game 5, a winner-take-all game where he allowed 5 runs in 6 innings, Tarik Skubal took out a personal newspaper ad afterward, declaring that their team and city have resilience. This year, he backed up those words with a brilliant performance: 6 innings, 13 strikeouts, and just 1 run allowed. His 13 strikeouts broke the previous winner-take-all record set by cheerleader. He induced 26 swinging strikes, 12 with his four-seamer and 14 with his changeup, averaging 99.0 miles per hour. After winning their first division title in 24 years, Seattle also advanced to the ALCS for the first time in 24 years, now with a chance to reach their first-ever World Series. The Mariners last appeared in the ALCS in 2001, when they lost to the Yankees. They remain the only MLB franchise never to have reached the World Series. The 2025 ALCS will now feature a showdown between expansion twins Toronto and Seattle. Both founded in 1977, because Seattle is geographically close to Vancouver and Toronto games were not broadcast for years, the Mariners have long had a large fan base in Western Canada. Detroit, which became a seller at last year's trade deadline but still made a dramatic postseason run, defeating Houston in the Wild Card Series before losing to Cleveland in the Division Series, had the opposite experience this year. The Tigers defeated Cleveland in the Wild Card Series, but failed to clear the final hurdle, missing their first ALCS appearance in 12 years. Back in 2013, Detroit had one of the greatest rotations ever with Verlander, Scherzer, Fisto, and Sanchez, but fell to Boston because of a shaky bullpen. Seattle took the first lead thanks to Josh Naylor. Despite ranking in the bottom 3% in sprint speed, he has transformed his base running this year. After stealing 25 bases over the previous 6 seasons combined, he swiped 30 this year. Naylor doubled, then executed a surprise steal of third base, and scored on a sacrifice fly. Skubal, who gave up 2 solo home runs to Polanco in his last start, dodged another one that went just foul this time, and struck out 10 batters through 4 innings, including 7 in a row, a new postseason record. The previous record of 6 consecutive strikeouts had been shared by 9 pitchers, including E. Savage earlier this year. Catcher Cal Raleigh helped preserve the lead with a laser throw to catch a baserunner stealing, while George Kirby dominated Detroit's hitters, tossing 5 scoreless innings. Kirby was lifted in the 6th after allowing a leadoff double to Baez, not because of pitch count, but because the next batter was Kerry Carpenter, who had gone 5 for -11 with 5 home runs and 9 RBIs off him. True to form, Carpenter crushed a go-ahead 2-run homer off lefty reliever Matt Festa. It was his 2nd homer of the series, both against Seattle's starters, and one of just 3 he hit off left-handers all season, with 26 total home runs. As soon as Skubal exited, Seattle tied the game in the bottom of the 7th when pinch hitter Leo Rivas delivered an RBI single. Both teams burned through their closers, sending the game into extra innings. Logan Gilbert threw a scoreless 10th, and in the bottom half, Robles led off with a double, but the aggressive base-running plan failed. With 2 outs and a runner on first, Detroit intentionally walked Raleigh to face Julio Rodriguez, who was mired in a 0-4-14 slump after driving in 3 runs over the first 2 games. Detroit failed to capitalize in the 11th and 12th innings, and Seattle had a golden chance in the bottom of the 12th with 2 on and no outs. However, a failed bunt and a double play by Arozarena ended the rally. In the 13th, Detroit sent out Jack Flaherty, who had thrown 76 pitches just 3 days earlier. He got into a jam with a leadoff walk but escaped with a strikeout and a double play. The back-and-forth duel stretched into the 14th, prompting Seattle to call on Luis Castilla, their scheduled Game 1 starter for the ALCS. Finally, in the bottom of the 15th, with 1 out and a runner on third, Jorge Polanco lined a walk-off single off Connell, ending the 4-hour, 58-minute marathon. The victory exorcised demons from Seattle's infamous 18-inning loss in the 2022 Division Series, when Jeremy Pena homered in the 18th to eliminate them, 1-0. Detroit's Kerry Carpenter was their lone offensive bright spot, going 4-for-5 with 2 walks, becoming the first player ever to reach base 6 times in a winner-take-all game. Seattle now advances to the ALCS, but will have just 1 day off before the next series, making the recovery of reliever Brian Wu crucial. Can the Mariners finally break through and reach the World Series for the first time in franchise history?